Today we will be looking into how to create the program part of our ad product page. First, as you can see, we have the selectors where you can select from the category, the brand, the model, and then you can add the title like this. And then you can select here if it's brand new or used. Then you can add the color. If you don't, if the color you want is not here, you can add a color like this, and then you can add the quantity of your product, then the cost of each product. Then here we have the approved methods, images of the approved methods like this, and then you have the delivery cost, and here we have the delivery cost within Colombo, and here you have the delivery cost out of Colombo. You can input the relevant amounts like this, and then you have this product description box where you can input all the descriptions regarding your product. And then you have this over here where if you click on upload images, you can select the relevant pictures like this, and you can add them like this. And then if you press save product, it says product successful and image saved successfully. Now if you go back to your home page, here you can see your new product like this. Today we will be looking into how to create this. First, after including our header like this, we check the connection we have with our database using this require connection.php line. And then we first check if the session U is set. If it is not set, we first uh, take us to our home page, because in order to add a product you need to first be logged into the website. Then if you are logged in, we first show the primary heading as add new product. Then under the select product category, we have this select. With a click on change, we have this function called load brand, and using this we run a query to select all the categories we have in our database, and then we echo the category IDs like this with the category names. Then we have the select product brand with the options of the brands like this. We have written a query to check all the brands we have from our database management, and have echoed them like this, echo the brand data ID and the name. Next we have under the label select product model, we have written a query to check all the models we have in our database management, and have echoed them using the ID and the name as options. Then under the add title product, we have the input box where you can input the title of the product, and then you have select the product condition. You can select between brand new and used using the checked input box of those two. And then you have a label to select the product color, and all the colors you we have written this query to access from our database management, and then we have given it out like this in the options. And then we have this over here to add a new color if the color is not in the database management. And then under the product quantity label, we have another input type where you can add the relevant number of products you have. This is an input type of number, so you can only type numbers in it. And then you have the cost per item label, and you have a span class input of rs and the input type where you can type the required amount, and then another span where you have the cents, and then you have a label called approved payment methods with all the approved payment methods like this, and then you have the label of delivery cost, and below it you have the delivery cost within Colombo and the delivery cost out of Colombo, and both of these have the same span of rs and then the input type for the value, and then the span of rs to the cents. And then you have the label product description, and below it you have a input type box where you can write all the information regarding the product, and then you have this over here where you can add products. Here first, if we have not added any images, we first show this in this function. We first give a variable for the image uploader, which is this one over here, the label, and then we have given image on change for a function like this. Then we say variable file count is equal to the image files length, which means the number of files we have selected. And if the file count is great, if the file count is less than or equal to 3, we say for variable x equals 0 and x is greater than the file count, we add 1 to the x. And afterwards we have created a variable file, and next we have created a variable file and given this file which is the x to it, and then we have created a url variable to hold the url of the file, and then we have created and then we have taken the document get element by id I plus x, which is over here we have I and we have the value 0 1 2 over here, meaning that for this I, this value of x, when x gets added one by one, for the first one it's 0, and then the second image it's 1, and the third image it's 2, so like that it gets added like this. And then if the file count is not less than or equal to 3, we say alert with the number of files you have selected, saying files are not, you are you are proceed to upload 3 or less than 3 files. And then at the last bottom you have the button save product with the function add product. In this function you take all the IDs of the category, brand, model and title, which as you can see are over here, ID, brand, category and all those, and then you check if the brand new is checked or if the used is checked in the condition. And if the condition is brand new, you set the condition as 1, or if it is used, you set the condition as true. Then you take all the costs, you take and then you take the variables of the cost, quantity, and the images like this, and then you make a new form data with all these datas, and then you take a new variable called file count to hold all the number of files you have for the images of the product, and then you check if the file count is greater than x, and you add 1 to x like the previous one, and then you append to the image as 1, 2, 3 the number of images you have. And if it is working, that means if the response text, and then you take all the new form datas to the add product process.php file, and in this page in this page first you receive all the new form datas, and then check everything by validating. First we check if they have selected anything in the categories, and then the brand, the model. We check if the title is empty, or if it is if it is greater than 100 characters, and then we check if the color is selected, or if they have entered the quantity, and if they have not given it in a numerical value, we say invalid input for quantity. If the cost is empty, we say please enter the cost. And if the cost is not a numeric value, we say invalid input for cost. And if the delivery fee for within Colombo is empty, we say please enter the delivery fee for Colombo like this. And then we check if the description is empty, and if it is empty, we say please enter the description. If all these are filled and none of them are empty, we run a query to check the brand. And if all those are not empty, we run this query over here to select the brand and model, where brand ID is the given ID and the model ID is the given model. And then we take the results from the query, and if the result is at least 1, we take that data, or if not, if the value is not already there, we insert into the brand has model table with the new brand value and the model value like this. And then we create new variables for the date time and the date time zone, and we set the date time zone like this. And then we insert into the product table the new product we have just made with all the values of the with all the values we have selected, and then we echo product saved successfully. And then we create a new variable, and we insert the ID. We check if the length is greater or less than or equal to 3, and if it is greater than 0, if it is, we create an array like this. Then we check the file extension like this. If it is a jpg file, we say the extension is jpg like this. And then the images we selected for our product, we save it in a folder like this, resource mobile images, and like this. And then we insert the images we took like this. And if it does not work, we say invalid image type. And if it does work, we say product image saved successfully, else we say invalid count. And back in our function, if when we receive the response from our add product.process.php, we reload the process, we reload the page, and that would have added the product to our page. So this is how you create the programming part of the add product page.